Look at us pulling up to Jonah.
Hey, what's up, loser? Not so tough now. Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. Yep, he's mad. He's still mad.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's Vic here, back with another Madden 22 video. In today's episode, we're going to be rebuilding the Cleveland Browns, but without the addition of Odell Beckham Jr. Every time I rebuild the Browns are like, nah, we're going to go 5-10 and miss the playoffs. Well, not 5-10. This would be 5-12 now, not even 5-10 before. I don't know why I said that. We're going to go 5-12 and miss the playoffs. And then whenever I play against the Browns, they're like, nah, we're going to go to the Super Bowl 4 straight times. Hopefully, we can actually rebuild them. Myles Garrett is a freak. All you need to win in simulation is a great running back. We have Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt and an edge threat. That is how you win simulation. It's not receivers. Receivers don't do jack in this simulation game, bro. Whenever you're playing in the game, yes, they do something. But in simulations, receivers do absolutely nothing, and it's so frustrating. But anyways, guys, apart from that, let's get into this rebuild. So this is the overlook of the team, and wait a minute, what are you doing here? Odell Beckham, he's an 85 overall. I didn't think Madden would put him that low. I'm surprised they actually gave him a fair rating because Odell, looking into his stats and contracts, this dude, he's like, 1,000 yards is not bad on Cleveland. Like, that's not bad. 4 touchdowns is a yikes, though. That's not great. Obviously, I know injuries are a thing, games played and stuff like that. But the Giants, oh my gosh, him with the Giants was just a nut, dude. Holy. This was an injury season. Then 1,000 yards. So he's only had 2 seasons so far without 1,000 yards. He's not going to get 1,000 yards this season. I can already guarantee you that. But yeah, the dude's a freak whenever he's healthy. Odell healthy is amazing. I'm not going to lie. He's just so great. But once he went to the Browns, he didn't click there. That's what I'm trying to say. He's not with it whenever he's on the Browns. But he's a great player when healthy. He doesn't click with Baker Mayfield. Jarvis Landry doesn't click with Baker Mayfield either. So I'm going to have to cut him here because obviously he got cut in real life by the Browns. He's on waiver claims right now. So if he gets signed by someone, I think he's going to end up getting signed by the Saints or the Seahawks. Most likely the Seahawks. They've showed the most interest. Jarvis Landry here, he's going to start regression soon. I honestly don't think he clicks with the Browns like how he clicked with the Dolphins. Like, look at this in Miami. Rookie season, pretty solid rookie season. Then 1,100 yards, almost 1,000 yards, but had the most TDs of his career. And then 1,100 yards with the Browns, which was great showing up in his second year. But, like, I just don't think they click. I don't know why. Even though it's 1,100 yards, he looks great. He looks great on paper. It just doesn't seem like he's clicking amazingly. Like, this is almost 1,000 yards here. These seasons look good. It's just, I think he was just better on Miami. Even statistically, in yards-wise and reception-wise, I think he was better, in my opinion, with Miami. But again, definitely not bad. Donovan Peoples-Jones is criminally underrated. This dude is great, in my opinion. Let's put him up there. And David Njoku shouldn't be that far down. I want to trade David Njoku or Austin Hooper, either one. Austin Hooper has a ridiculous contract and is only an 82 overall. Now, for those of you guys saying, oh, that'd be unrealistic to trade them, I don't need them. And David Njoku always hits free agency, so I'm going to do that now. I'm going to trade them away. Oh, this is an unrealistic rebuild. It's not unrealistic. I don't need 2 tight ends, especially in Madden simulation. So let's find a team that needs it, and what that team is going to be the Dallas Cowgirls. Because they definitely need tight end. Who do they have right now? Dalton Schultz, yeah, I don't think that's going to cut it for them. So let's trade him to the Cowgirls for what I think would be fair is a 3rd or even a 2nd round pick. I think would be fair in my book. Yeah, 2nd round pick for David Njoku goes to the Cowgirls. I think that's more than fair. They drafted him for a 2nd round pick and they got him back. They got a 2nd round pick out of him. And then Hunter Bryant isn't even that bad either. Harrison Bryant, my bad. I thought it was Hunter Bryant. But yeah, that's fine. And then where is Kareem Hunt? Is he just, yeah. So there he is. Kareem Hunt's doing better right here. And I would trade Kareem Hunt, but this is what makes this team so successful, this dual-headed back. Not the dual-headed tight end set, dual-headed back. Offensive line, arguably the best in the entire league. This looks so great, dude. And it's very young. The offensive tackles are young. Wyatt Teller's young. Joe Bitonio and J.C. Tretter's very old. But still, amazing offense. JOK, this is a dude I was begging the Ravens to pick up. I'm glad we got Jason Away because Jason Away looking like a top 3 first round pick in the class and looking like a top 10 pick in the entire draft. Dude, Jason Owe is looking so good, or how some people pronounce it, Odafe Owe, but his name is Jason Owe as well. JOK, he's doing great. It's just injury problems. That's a big thing with him. Browns have a lot of injuries. Ravens have a lot of injuries this year. Ronnie Harrison's a strong safety. I thought he'd be a free safety, and they moved John Johnson, a free safety. By the way, stupid name, John Johnson III. You do realize, like, John Johnson. You know how dumb that sounds? You have two Johns in your first and last name. I wonder what your middle name is. I hope it's not John Johnson. And this is the first time it's happened. John Johnson III. Nobody stopped in their generation to think John Johnson was a stupid name. I mean, sure, it's fine and all. It's not the biggest deal. But John, I'm sorry, I can't get over the fact that you have two first and last names that are basically the same. Okay, next. Denzel Ward, freak. Greg Newsome, I completely forgot they drafted this guy. I do not know how he's been performing. Greedy Williams is finally having a breakout year. He looked like a bust his first couple years. Well, his first year with the Browns. He just didn't look good those seasons. He was out with that. He looked like a bust. Now he's looking like he's doing okay in the league. He's doing pretty well. He has injury problems along the way. Greg Newsome should be a freaking simulation. And Jadeveon Clowney, how some people pronounce it. Stats and contracts. I know I've been going over the team for a long time now, but just this is the most frustrating thing in the world for me whenever people say Jadeveon Clowney is an elite pass rusher. He is not an elite pass rusher at all. Oh, well, he's a run stuffer. For the number 1 overall pick in the draft, this dude is extremely disappointing. Houston, injury plague. And then 4.5 sacks, 6.5 sacks, 9 sacks, 9 sacks, 3 sacks, 0 sacks. You're going to tell me that an elite pass rusher has had, since 2014 in the league, he's had 7 chances in the league, and he has never hit double-digit sacks. That is a pitiful, and I mean pitiful, career. He's never even had a tackle for a loss in his career. That is pitiful. That is upsetting how bad that is. Like, he shouldn't be an 86 overall. This dude should seriously be like an 80 overall with star dev. He should not be an 86 overall. He's extremely overhyped. He's not good. And then Malik McDowell, I don't know who that guy is, honestly. Okay, I completely forgot DJ Reader's not on the team anymore, but I guess this guy's going to start. And then who we're going to have else here? Grant Delpit's here as well. Completely forgot he existed. Strong safety now. I might want to move him to outside linebacker. 6'3", 213's a little light, but I'll move him to outside linebacker just for the sake of it. I think it will be wasted potential if he is staying at second string strong safety. So let's move him to left outside linebacker just for now. I don't think he's going to be amazing, but 6'3" is a really good height actually to be an outside linebacker. Just 213 is the problem. This guy has got a whole 20 pounds on him, but 2 inches less height. But he's the same overall. So I'm going to move Grant Delpit to outside linebacker. JOK is going to start at right outside linebacker. Thankfully, no injuries are on, or this team would be screwed. And yeah, apart from that, boys, simulation God Baker Mayfield, can you please get it done? I would really appreciate it. But let's see who signs Odell Beckham Jr., of course. And yeah, where is he going to go to? Let's go to heading to the Bolts. Wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. heading to the Bolts, free agency. Free agent wide receiver Odell Beckham has been signed to the 1-year deal with the Chargers worth $8.8 million. That is ridiculous. Wow. Okay. The Bolts. Mike Williams. Oh, I forgot they didn't have Hunter Henry. I was about to say Hunter Henry. So they have Mike Williams. We beat the Jaguars in the preseason 38-0. I know I'm getting off topic, but that's ridiculous to me. So they got Mike Williams. They got Austin Eckler, and they got Keenan Allen, all for Justin Herbert. I think, dude, that would look like such a sick jersey. Odell in a Chargers uniform. That would look so cool. I think Odell in a Saints uniform honestly looks the best, though. But anyways, guys, apart from that, it is time to move into the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark as we are 6-1, top of the division. Thank you, EA, for making the Browns realistic on both sides of the ball. This isn't realistic as a whole, bro, because Browns screw it up every single year. Choose draft class players ready to negotiate. This is what I was looking for, looking into it. Wyatt Teller is a for sure. What is happening? My dog is scratching himself. He's on my bed. He's chilling out. I was confused on what that was. I thought it was my clothes or something. I was very worried, but what's up, dog? Okay, anyways, back to the video. And Wyatt Teller, for sure, bro. Like, this dude was signed in real life. I don't know the official contract in real life. It was a 4-year deal in real life, but I don't know the money. That's all I remember. So, 4-year deal, make that official. Jadeveon Clowney, I already expressed my hatred for this guy, but he's a god in simulation. So, if he can up his development, I will re-sign him at the end of the season. Ronnie Harrison, you're only getting re-signed because of your development trait. Other than that, you're not really that useful. And he's being picky about his contract. Okay, Anthony Walker Jr., no thanks. Rashard Higgins, no. Jamie Gilligan, of course we got to re-sign Mullet Man. I don't care if I can get a cheaper punter in free agency. Mullet Man is coming back, and he re-signs. Malik McDowell, here's the thing. Here's the thing with him. So, I understand he has star dev, and that's actually a stupid cheap contract. You know, I'm not even going to explain myself. I just looked at the contract terms. That's a dumb cheap contract. Yeah, I'm not even going to try to convince myself not to do that. That was, oh my gosh, I remember the memes on this guy. Tack McKinley used to be good for the Falcons, not anymore. Plagued by injuries, just like almost every other player. I don't want anybody else here on my team. So anyways, guys, apart from that, it is time to move in to the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs as we finished 11-6, dude. We were 6-1 at the midseason mark. Thankfully, we finished first in the division, beating the Ravens out. As a Ravens fan, this would never happen in real life. Browns just suck. And, yeah, playoff blizzard, blah, blah, blah. First of many, I could care less. And, let's look at the stats and awards. First of all, let's go look at OBJs. Baker, you were underwhelming in passing yards, but pretty good in passing touchdowns. 6th best offense, 16th best defense. That's understandable. Chubb was a god. Hold up. I don't know what that was. I kind of had a burp there. No, my controller. No. I'm going to have to get new batteries. Hold up. Do-do-do.
Oh no! Our table! It's broken!
Okay, what's up? I'm back. Rodgers wins MVP. No way. Nick Chubb got 10th for MVP. Wow, okay. I guess in the new update, quarterbacks are actually winning MVP more than running backs, which is realistic. Urban Meyer won Coach of the Year. Okay, sure, man. You do you. Offensive Player of the Year, Herbert got 2nd, so that worries me. Myles Garrett gets Defensive Player of the Year. Oh, JOK gets Defensive Rookie of the Year, which is awesome. Best running back, Nick Chubb. Best receiver, Jarvis. Whoa, I'm excited to see his stats. D-line, Myles Garrett. Linebacker, nobody else. We got quite the awards. Very exciting. Baker, very good stat line, actually. I'm very pleased with this. Simulation, you're great. Real life, you're mediocre. Nick Chubb, oh my god. With Hunts in real life would honestly have 1,000 yards with like 10 TDs. I'll take this, though. Nick Chubb, 18 TDs, 1,800 yards. Ridiculous season. That's the best I've ever seen any receiver play. Like, ever in Madden simulation. And for my team. Keep that in mind. My team. 1,200 yards, 13 TDs. Ridiculous, dude. Looking into it defensively, Anthony Walker Jr. probably going to get a dev up because of that. Tackles for a loss, 22 for Malik McDowell. I've honestly never heard of him until today. Sacks, 17 for Myles Garrett, 9 for Malik, 5 for Clowney. This is what I'm talking about. He's extremely overrated. Interceptions, 5 for JOK. 4 interceptions for John Johnson. What a killer name, dude. Greedy Williams, 3. Ronnie Harrison, 3 interceptions. Safety, 0. Defensive touchdowns, 0. So anyways, guys, apart from that, let's see if we can beat the Buffalo Bills in the wild card. I assume not, because we fumble the bag every single year, just like how the Browns do in real life. And yeah, I was right. So anyways, guys, apart from that, it is time to move into the offseason. So here we are in the offseason as the Chiefs beat the Saints in the Super Bowl. And yearly awards, JOK wins Defensive Rookie of the Year. Almost completely forgot about that. But first of all, first, I completely forgot about OBJ. We have to go check on his stats because that is kind of the point of this rebuild, to see how he would do without us. OBJ, almost 1,000 yards, 6 TDs, solid season. Keenan Allen, Mike Williams did amazing in yards, and Keenan Allen got most of the touchdowns. Keenan Allen was the red zone threat. Mike Williams was the deep threat. OBJ looks like he played the slot then. Or Mike Williams played the slot and OBJ just didn't click with the Chargers, kind of like how he doesn't with the Browns. Not a bad season from OBJ. Pretty solid, but not as good as Jarvis. Not nearly as good as Jarvis, mainly because Jarvis got all the targets. But yeah, let's go back here. Let's go to the roster to see what we have. I don't think I downloaded the draft class roster, but Jarvis, of course, gets superstar dev. Ridiculous season for him. Nick Chubb is a 99 overall. I think he might have been like that before. I don't think so. JOK, superstar dev now. So I'm pretty sure he got upped to that. Yeah, he had star dev and just got upped to superstar dev. Anthony Walker Jr. now has star dev. Here's the thing with him. He had a great season, but almost every linebacker I have in simulation does around a similar thing and gets like 130 tackles. I'm not going to re-sign him. I'm going to let him hit free agency. I don't want him. Brent Delpit's the same. McDowell, Malik has superstar dev. That is awesome. Clowney's going to be off this team really soon. And yeah, Greg Newsome only has star dev. Choose a draft class. Yeah. Keep auto-generated rookies. I wish you did this before because now I don't have anybody scouted. Yeah, well, actually, okay, I guess that's how that works. I don't know necessarily how this works in general. Whatever, I don't really care. So anyways, guys, apart from that, we're going to be moving into the Resign Players Week. So again, Anthony Walker Jr. not going to be here. Jadeveon Clowney not going to be here. Jadeveon Clowney, I highly doubt will be re-signed in real life. The dude's just bouncing around from team to team. Extremely overrated, as I said before. 2021 retirements. AFC North, let's look into it. Nobody. Okay, sick. And looking into the players ready to negotiate tab. What are we going to have? Jadeveon Clowney, no. Ronnie Harrison was whining about his money, but I will give it to him just because of his star dev as he resigns. Anthony Walker Jr. already explained it. He's only a 78 overall. He starts regression next season. The dude will not progress to an 85 overall. Zach McKinley, everyone else just is a no. So anyways, guys, apart from that, it is time to move into free agency. Here we are after free agency as we signed Davante Adams in free agency. Way better than Odell. 99 overall. Hopefully he doesn't crash and burn like Odell did with the Browns. Dante Hightower. He's extremely cheap. That's why I got him. I understand he's going to regress, but he's extremely cheap. Already at an 84 overall. I already think he's better than Anthony Walker Jr. And with a much cheaper contract, Young Hoku, as we always get. Let's see where Odell went, because I did see him in free agency. Did anyone pick him up? Yes, someone did. League signings. So we got Chargers dropped Odell and signed Ron Armstead with their money. I think that was a smarter move. Chris Godwin is going to ruin his career. Same with Marcus Williams. Calais Campbell back to the Jaguars. Rob Gronk to the Bengals. Jadeveon Clowney to the Bengals. Sebastian Joseph Day wants to ruin his career. Odell to the Colts. Interesting. Giving Carson Wentz another weapon along with Michael Pittman. Paris Campbell's kind of a weapon. And, yeah, that's kind of about it. But, yeah, Odell to the Colts. I can kind of see that, but in real life it didn't really happen. But I could see him going to the Colts. But anyways, guys, let's get to the draft. Caleb White is going to be our pick, our middle linebacker with hidden development, 87 speed in the first round. I know I just signed Dante Hightower, but still, I would like to have two linebackers, because two linebackers, regardless of your formation, will almost always be in the play, unless you're playing out of the nickel or the big nickel, either one. But either way, it's nice to have a second-string linebacker, especially. And all we need is defensive tackle and defensive end, because we let go of Jadeveon Clowney. So apart from that, guys, it is time to move in to the next pick. Donovan James, my second-round pick. I had 2 second-round picks because I traded away David Njoku. This is what I got from the Cowgirls. Hidden development, defensive tackle, great pick. 94 strength is amazing. Skills, B play recognition, B tackle, C block shedding, and D pursuit is exactly why I picked this guy. Even though he was only second place on the board for defensive tackle, but either way, it's a great pick in my opinion. David Reedy, or Reed, I guess the E is silent. David Reed, hidden development, punt returner archetypes. The reason why I drafted him, plus A kick return, F stiff arm, that's normal for a receiver. B injury, F juke move, that's fine with me. D short route running is what scared me, but it looks like it pays off. Hidden development, wide receiver. He's probably going to be our slot guy behind Donovan Peoples-Jones. Here we are after the draft, and David Reed is a 69 overall. That is cool, I guess. I'm actually going to start him in my slot, if I can do that, possibly. No, I guess not. So I guess he's going to be a third-string player, as Jarvis Landry is going to hoard the slot receptions, which is understandable. So offensively, we look the same with that. And White's 70 overall, Caleb White. I'm glad that he has hidden dev. 6'1", 241 pounds of NC State. Okay, I'm solid with that. But it looks like Donovan James is going to be our best pickup. 6'3", 307 out of Oregon. 73 overall, hidden dev. I'm completely good with that. Dorsey ended up to be a 69 overall. That was my other second round pick. He looks to be an absolute bust, but he's probably going to play better than Jadeveon Clowney. I guess we'll see. James Grimes. Terrence Grimes, the CPU picked this guy. I did not pick up this guy. Left outside linebacker. Going to play second string here. Specialist. Grimes is going to rush off the edge, actually. I'm going to do that. James is fine. Grimes is going to be there. Rush left end. I guess he specializes in being a pass rusher. So he's a run stopper, actually, and a speed rusher. So I'm going to move him to left end. He could be better than Jadeveon Clowney. Let's see if he gets more than 5 sacks for us, like Jadeveon Clowney did. Move him down to left end, see if that helps, and start him over Dorsey. He moves from a 65 overall outside linebacker to a 68 overall defensive end. That seems like the right move. Our defense seems absolutely filled out now. I'm super happy. It is time to move into the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark as we are 4-2, second in the division behind the Bengals because Joe Burrow and Baker Mayfield and Cam Newton and Trevor Lawrence are all gods in simulation. But anyways, guys, let's look into the players ready to negotiate for this season. Who do we have? I'm pretty sure Baker's in here. Yeah, that's... I don't know how I feel about that. Denzel Ward, going to be our first priority here. Let's sign him as he resigns. Jarvis needs to come back after that stellar season. I don't care if he's 29. Dude, seriously performed for us. He resigns. Baker is going to be our next priority here. Hopefully he just accepts this. As he does resign, that's huge. Jack Conklin, I can't resign until next week. J.C. Treader, $10 million a year. You're going to start regret. Oh, this is a hard decision. But I think I'm going to save that money for Jack Conklin. Joel Bitonio. Can I give out this contract? If he straight up accepts this, I will re-sign him. He does re-sign with that. So Kareem Hunt's obviously going to have to go. He always hits free agency because obviously we can't sign him. Jack Conklin, I'm going to re-sign. Treader and... yeah, Treader's going to have to hit the deck. Same with Greedy Williams. I think we could possibly sign Greedy Williams, and I could tag Jack Conklin. Dang, some of these contracts are just garbage. Dang, we're going to have to negotiate that in the offseason. So, anyways, guys, apart from that, it's time to move into the playoffs. And here we are at the playoffs as we are suddenly 13-4. Took over the division from the 12-5 Bengals. Coming off a win to the Ravens. Ouch, 35-13. That hurts as a Ravens fan. Looking into the playoff bracket, I think we had the second seed probably. We did behind the Chiefs, of course, behind the Chiefs. Defense does not matter in this game. Stats and awards, let's see what we got here. Baker, again, passing yards the problem. Passing touchdowns, great. 7th best offense, 3rd best defense. Great job, boys. Baker did amazing in touchdowns and interceptions, which was better than last year. Yards were a little bit down from last year. Chubb was better than last year. 1,900 yards, almost the 2,000-yard club, literally 24 yards away. That's so upsetting. 5.3 average is great. Kareem Hunt did a little bit better than last season as well. 21 rushing touchdowns. Is that a record for the most rushing touchdowns in a season? Let's go look at that. Rushing touchdowns. No, not even close. I didn't know LaDainian Tomlinson did 28 touchdowns. At Holmes, I don't know who that is. Seahawks, Alexander. Eric, Smith for the Cowboys, my bad. I said Eric. Riggins for the football team, no, the Redskins. Joe Mixon had 2022 in the game. And yeah, 21 for Emmitt Smith, that's who it was. I was about to say Eric Smith. I guess, he's not going to place top 10 because other people beat him out. And this is also a 17-game season. So still 21 touchdowns is ridiculous. Jarvis Landry, pretty good. I'm glad I re-signed him. Being in the slot gets you more receptions than being in the number 1 position. That's how it always been. Still, Devontae Adams did not have a bad season with us. Almost 1,000 yards, 7 TDs, 10 touchdowns, and 1,000 yards for Landry. Hooper, has been kind of underwhelming for us compared to someone else, compared to the Falcons whenever he was on the Falcons. David Reed, 4 touchdowns, almost, well, 430 yards almost. Pretty, averaging 25 yards per game. That's actually pretty good. I'm very happy with that. For a third-string receiver, playing under Jarvis Landry, Austin Hooper, and Devontae Adams, pretty good. Dante Hightower, again, that's what I said. Anthony Walker Jr. was nothing special. Happens to every middle linebacker. JOK, 115. Ronnie Harrison, 102. Where's my middle linebacker? Terrence Grimes, the left end, had more tackles. Where's my second one? Norman James, Grant Talbot. Wow. Caleb White only had 10 tackles the entire season. That is upsetting. Tackles for a loss, 23 for Myles Garrett. Sacks on the team, 13.5 for Myles Garrett. Malik McDowell, 6.5. Terrence Grimes had 4.5 sacks and 18 tackles for a loss is great. Like, he's literally better than, in my opinion, better than Jadeveon Clowney, because Jadeveon Clowney only had 5 sacks. Well, or was it 6? Either way, I don't care. And then, don't go to kicking. I want to go to defense. Interceptions, 5 for Denzel Ward, 2 for Tower, 2 for JOK, and 2 for Ronnie Harrison, and 2 for Greg Newsome. And then safety zone team is going to be 1 for Myles Garrett, defensive touchdowns at 1 for Ronnie Harrison Jr. Now let's go to, who is it, the Colts? Yes, the Colts. Let's go to, let me look here. Receiving wise, Pittman had the most. Odell, not really having the best career, slowly going downhill more and more, but still a solid weapon, still a solid receiver. Michael Pittman, I believe he's a slot player, so he was in. I did not know this man was 6'4". The dude is built like a stick. Like, yeah, 223 is not like, that's honestly a pretty good weight, but if you look at the dude in real life, Michael Pittman is a very lanky guy. But yeah, not a bad season from Odell, just not stellar from someone with the infamous name of Odell Beckham with that insane one-hand catch. But anyways, guys, apart from that, let's see if we can beat the Broncos and not screw it up like how the Browns do every year to move on to the divisional round. And we do, here to face the 8-9 Buffalo Bills as we beat the Broncos 38-20. Let's see if we can beat the Bills unlike how we did last year. And we beat them 38-21. Now the number 1 seed versus the number 2 seed to see if we can move on to the Super Bowl. What are our Super Bowl options here? Please don't let me face the Cowgirls, bro. Oh, I'm going to be pissed if we have to face them, especially with Njoku on their team now. So anyways, guys, apart from that, let's play this conference championship against the Chiefs. And yeah, let's just get into it. Here we are in the first quarter as it is 7-0 against the Chiefs. Nice. 7-7. Cool. 14-7. 14-14. 21-14. 21-21. Okay, 24-21. Come on, you guys got to get back on offense. There we go. 28-31. Come on, 38-28. 35-38. Oh, we're going to seriously lose that. Oh, that's so frustrating. Please, EA. I'm playing as the Browns. I have to win this rebuild or else everyone's going to laugh at me for being terrible at rebuilding teams. Here we are in the offseason as the Chiefs beat the Cowgirls in the Super Bowl. And, yeah, no awards for the Browns this year, which is unfortunate. And looking into the roster adjust lineup, what are we going to have here, boys? Offensively, we look the exact same. David Reed, 76 overall already. Well, plus 4 morale, so he's only a 72 overall. Went up 3 overalls throughout the year. Star Dev, pretty good player. Looking into it defensively, JOK has Superstar X Factor. That is awesome to see, boys. Superstar X Factor development. And wow, James, did you come with that, or did you get that? He came with Superstar Dev. Donovan James and Grimes has Superstar Dev. You came with that as well, I'm assuming. Yeah, better than Jadeveon Clowney. So glad he's off the team, and we pay him less. Like, Jadeveon Clowney's not going to be that good. He also went to the Bengals, so let's see how his career was there. And White's my first-round pick. Caleb White only has Star Dev. But I'm completely fine with Star Dev. At least it's something better than nothing. But this D-line, at least all superstar, dude. So cool. Great defense, third best. Better than our offense. And J.C. Tretter's going to have to go. Yeah, that's very upsetting. Probably shouldn't have signed Devontae Adams. We were doing pretty well with just Jarvis. I will admit that. But anyways, guys, let's skip to the re-signs and see the retirements for the AFC North. And then, yeah, let's re-sign some players if we possibly can with our cap space. And looking into the retirements here, we are going to go to AFC North. Nope, Not going to have anything there. And now let's go to our players ready to negotiate. And Kareem Hunt, no, I'm sorry, man, I just can't. J.C. Treader, Jack Conklin's going to be our first priority. Let's do this, up the money for you, so that way we'll make sure you resign and he resigns. Greedy Williams, definitely a player I do want back. Do this, up the money, and he resigns as well. I want J.C. Treader back instead. Here, let me, wait, I think I could finesse this. Go down, do this, and he resigns on that? Hold it, whoa. That was one of the cheapest contracts I've ever seen in history. Whoa. Oh, I just signed this dude for $2 million a year for 5 years. What? Is that a glitch? He just doesn't care? What a team player, dude. What a team player. God, thank you, JC. I need every one of my players to be like that. Kareem Hunt. Let's undercut this. He's not interested in signing. That's fine, dude. We can tag you for $14 million. We got everybody back. I know I just took a tag, but I only had $2 million to spend in free agency, so I might as well just use my tag. Use it wisely. J.C. Treader, the GOAT. Dude, that is amazing. I love you, J.C. Treader. Thank you for doing that. That was so clutch that you helped the entire team there. You helped Kareem Hunt come back to a winning team. So I want to see, who was it? Bengals. Oh, Joe Burrow was a freak, first of all. Let's go to defense. Most sacks. Oh, shit. Okay, never mind. Grimes is not as good as Jadeveon Clowney. He finally had his first double-digit sack season. But their next best player was Trey Hendrickson and Larry Ogunjobi. So I think he's just thriving because he's finally on a team where there isn't competition at edge rushers, and he's actually healthy. So, yeah, congrats to him. But still, I'd much still rather have Grimes because I wouldn't be able to resign Kareem Hunt, J.C. Treader, and all these players if I did resign Jadeveon Clowney. So I'm completely fine with what I got. And, yeah, free agency is obviously not an option considering I just franchise tagged Kareem Hunt. So let's just skip to the draft. Best player available using our first-round pick on Raheem Stamper. I know it's another middle linebacker, but again, best player available. That's what I could find. This is the overlook of the team. Going into the third season, move up David Reed. And I picked...
You saw it here first, folks. We do have Kareem Hunt on our team, but just wait, he magically disappears.
Picked up this guy, Tyler Mayberry. No, I guess that wasn't him. I guess we're going to start him, though, just to ensure that we do have someone for next year whenever Kareem Hunt leaves, because I don't think we're going to be able to re-sign him. But I drafted 2 running backs in the second and third round. Looks like they're not good overalls. Looks like they're both a bust. David Foster. Looks like he could be a potential replacement if one of these guys leaves. Like if J.C. Treader retires, I'll just move him to center. Even though he's a left tackle, doesn't matter. He's a 62 overall. He's not going to make the most impactful difference. Cameron White, let's move up. Stamper is apparently better than Caleb White. So I'm going to move him to left outside linebacker and see if he can progress past Grant Delpit, because Grant Delpit is not really progressing at that position right now. I'm really going to admit that. He's not really the best move by my decision, but he's going to start. Specialist, Dante Hightower. Why is Grant Delpit and my... I don't want Grant Delpit and my sub linebacker. I would like for someone else to be there. James, let's put Kareem Hunt behind him in third down running back. Offensively, David Reed, move him back up, as I said before. And yeah, I want Caleb White to be getting some reps in. I don't think Grant Delpit should be my third string rotational guy for sub linebackers. I don't know why that took me so long to process. Sub linebackers, Grant Delpit, that's cool and all, dude. But Caleb White, I definitely want to be subbed in more. And Stamper above Grant Delpit. Can I not move that? Okay, I guess it's just top 3, which I'm fine with. So anyways, guys, it is time to get into the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark as we are 7-0, bro. Let's go. So happy to see that. And looking at the players ready to negotiate. This is the third season, so I still got to prioritize re-signing people. Jedrick Wills can be massive. Grant Delpit has not progressed as an outside linebacker. I think I am going to let him hit free agency. That's a big thing, Jedrick Wills. I know it's important to re-sign him, but David Foster is the left tackle. I know he's a 62 overall, but dang, Austin Hooper. First of all, John Johnson, as stupid as it sounds, as stupid as his name sounds, he's going to have to be a priority along with Jedrick Wills. Resigning Jedrick Wills as he resigns. Wow, that's actually pretty expensive for a safety's contract, but he does resign. John Johnson, good job. Donovan Peoples-Jones. Anyone else here of like semi-interest to me? No. So Austin Hooper, it's your lucky day, dude. I'm actually going to be able to re-sign you. And well, Grant Delpit, again, if you hit free agency, I mean, I have the money to sign you. This is actually a relatively cheap contract. I only have to pay you $3.5 million a year, so I am just going to keep you as a rotational outside linebacker, even though you have not performed well at all. I know it's like, oh my god, he's a safety and you converted him to linebacker. That's why he's not playing well. I didn't need him at safety, and there can only be one position at safety. Oh, you can have rotational safeties. Safeties don't rotate nearly as much as linebackers. So I'm fine with this as a very cheap rotational linebacker for me. So anyways, guys, it is time to move into the playoffs. So here we are in the playoffs as we are 13-4, top of the division with a first round bye. So happy. Coming off a loss to the Bills, that seems to be our kryptonite. Let's look at the stats and awards here. Oh, also, I did not see where Odell went, so hopefully I can actually quickly find him. Is he back on the Colts? Did they sign him for that long? Let me see real quick. Colts. Odell is back on the Colts. Better season than last season. Probably one of the best I've seen from him so far in this simulation. 950, 5 TDs. Still, Michael Pittman solidifies him as a better receiver. So is solidified as the better receiver over Odell, which is upsetting to see. But Odell, not really doing the best. Baker, again, passing yards is the problem. 5th best offense, 15th best defense, which is surprising. Dude, freak, not Baker Mayfield, the Nick Chubb. How is Josh Jacobs going to finish above Nick Chubb? No way, dude. No way are you going to tell me that 2,100 yards in the 2,000-yard rushing club and 16 TDs is not enough. This is going to piss me off, dude. Where is he? Raiders. This is not better than Nick Chubb. You're going to tell me 1,600 yards and 19 TDs is better than 2,100 yards and 16 TDs. You're smoking some insane crack, EA. And then Vikings, you're going to 20 touch. That's ridiculous. The touchdowns, I can understand why, but still 2,100 yards. He's a part of the 2,000-yard rushing club with Derrick Henry. And Derrick Henry was considered to be an MVP candidate behind Aaron Rodgers. So I don't see how that's even a problem. I don't see how that's even a debate. How Nick Chubb should be the MVP. That shouldn't even be a debate, and he's only ranked at number 10. Baker Mayfield almost had a 4,000-yard season, 36 TDs, 9 interceptions, very similar stats to last season. And then Nick Chubb, again, that's my MVP, for sure won. Tyler Mayberry, what happened to Kareem Hunt? Did I not tag him? I am 1,000% sure I tagged Kareem Hunt. What happened to this man? He disappeared. He disappeared off my team. Where is Kareem Hunt? I tagged this guy, and he left the face of the planet. Thank you, EA, for being so useless to me. Nice, but whatever, I guess. Tyler Mayberry, 12 TDs. Jarvis Landry was great. 1,100 yards, 10 TDs. Devontae Adams, 1,000 yards, 10 TDs. Seems to be actually clicking with Baker. Hooper with 11 TDs. Great. David Reed, major downfall from last season. Not very impressive. Defensively, Dante Hightower with the most tackles on team. JOK with 111. Ronnie Harrison, 106. Where is he? Caleb White is just a total bust, dude. Even though he had star dev, he's just not performing, especially whenever I put him. I know he's at 3rd sub linebacker, but still, he's not performing. Myles Garrett with 20 tackles for a loss, only 10 sacks. I've seen this dude literally get 26 sacks in a season simulation. It's just not happening to me. Malik has played consistently throughout this entire thing. Terrence Grimes has been doing amazing. Let's look at the Bengals real quick. Shit. Oh my gosh, I am so wrong about Jadeveon Clowney. I am so wrong. Ah, the dude was a monster. In real life, I stand by what I say. In simulation, I will hold my tongue. Let's try and not look at his stats ever again. Ronnie Harrison, 5 interceptions, finally showing me that you are deserving of that contract. 0 safeties, 0 defensive touchdowns. Let's see who we're going to be playing in the divisional round, boys, as hopefully we don't get our cheeks clapped, and we can actually go to the Super Bowl for once. Yikes, yikes. Odell's gets his revenge game, boys. Let's see. Come on, please tell me we beat Odell. Please, he's overrated. No, Odell. Okay, Odell is gonna beat us. Dang, that's upsetting. Let's get to the offseason. So Odell lost to Jadeveon Clowney and the Bengals. Jadeveon Clowney's having a much better season without me. That's cool and all, but it looks like the Browns are not winning any awards, even though Nick Chubb for sure should have won the MVP. But let's look into the roster here and see if there is any development upgrades offensively. How did Jay Landry, bro? I'm gonna force this. I don't care. Cry about it in the comments. You whine. This dude has been a freak. This dude has been amazing for us. How is he not an X Factor? How is he not an X Factor? Go cry. Whine in the comments. Cry and whine and hiss and throughout your entire life, because that's all you ever do. This dude, he got a dev up for us with 1,200 yards, 13 TDs, hit 1,100 yards, 10 TDs, and had 1,000. He was so consistent in the past 3 years. How does he not have superstar X Factor? The dude's a freak. He's getting X Factor. You cry about it. Cry. Continue. I dare you. Doesn't matter. Yeah, so I don't know where Kareem Hunt when he jumped off the face of the planet, even though I did franchise tag him. And then defensively, looking into it, yes, Malik, he's so consistent, got X Factor. This dude hasn't even had like double-digit sacks, I think, for this entire, yeah, let's see. Hasn't had double-digit sacks for this entire rebuild. Yet, Jarvis Landry is so consistent and puts over 1,000 yards for past 3 seasons, doesn't get it. So yeah, you can cry in the comments. That's the realistic logic that was just thrown at you. Ronnie Harrison, 5 interception season, finally gets superstar dev. Shows that he is worthy of the contract. Stamper, I'm fine with there. Caleb White just seems to be a bust. He just continues to disappoint me. Yeah, even though he's at 3rd string right there. And, yeah. And it looks like Shelby Harris was here as well. Felton. Let's take the Felton off. Take Felton out of here. Harris, I did draft this guy. I do remember drafting this guy. I guess 2nd string behind Mayberry, actually. Yeah, I'll do that. And then I remember drafting Manning, BJ Manning. He just wasn't good. And that was my 2nd round pick. And then, yeah. Anyways, guys, apart from that, we are going to go into the re-sign players. I know I say apart from that after literally every single sentence. What else do you want me to say? Other than that, this, that, like, I don't know how to end a sentence. I don't know how to end a sentence without completing it. I don't know how to complete a sentence without trying to continue it, is what I'm trying to say. But let's look into the AFC North. No retirements. Okay. I'm still confused on where Kareem Hunt went. But let's look into the players ready to negotiate. I highly doubt we'd be able to re-sign him anyways. Donovan Peoples-Jones. We don't have any money in general, so it really doesn't matter what we do from here. I don't think I have the money to re-sign anybody anyways, or even hit free agency. So let's just get to the draft. Ezekiel Crowder, 1st round running back, gonna replace Kareem Hunt. We don't need anybody on this team. We have 3 receivers. 2 of them are X Factors. 1 of them is a meh player. We have Austin Hooper, a god tier offensive line. Our D line is 2 superstar X Factors, 2 superstar players. We have an X Factor at linebacker, Grant Delpit star dev, Dante Hightower star dev, Caleb White star dev, and Stamper is literally a solid player. 2 of our safeties are great. John Johnson's in the 90 overalls. Ronnie Harrison's a superstar dev. Denzel Ward, Greedy Williams, and Greg Newsome. I don't need anybody. Just a rotational running back. So other than that, I'm just going to let the CPU pick my entire team. Let's just get to the draft. Here we are after the draft, and Crowder looks like a beast. Ezekiel Crowder out of Michigan. I'm just going to look at his development. I don't care if it's cheating. It really does not matter. We're going to find out. It's the final season anyways. Star dev. Cool. Just like Kareem Hunt's dev. Why not just have him here? And offensively, we look stud-like always. Defensively, this is how we look like. Stewart. Dude looks amazing out of Texas A&M. Probably our 2nd round pick. I will look into that in a second, but I want to see his development first. see what that looks like, and it is star dev, which I'm completely okay with. But our defensive tackle, this guy's only progressed to an 80 overall with morale. He's went from a 73 overall to a 78 overall. Only 5 overalls in that time span. That's pretty crummy, in my opinion. Awards. Ooh, our second round pick. I was right. So yeah, that's cool, I guess, to have him. He's gonna be our third string at defensive tackle. Grimes has been a solid depth player for us so far. Greedy Williams. Greg Newsome has not really put up any stats. But yeah, anyways, guys, apart from that, I would say it's time to get into the fourth and final season. If we do not win with the Browns in simulation, I'm going to be heated. Here we are at the midseason mark as we are 4-2, coming off a loss to the Dolphins, as the Bengals are 6-1, Steelers are 4-2, Ravens are 3-4. A highly contested division. Players ready to negotiate. Unfortunately, well, actually, fortunately for me, thank God I don't got to re-sign these players. The cap room would be quite thin, as it already is thin. And yeah, because it's the fourth and final season, so I don't need to re-sign anybody. So anyways, guys, apart from that, I honestly should have just simulated to the playoffs, but let's get into it now. Here we are in the playoffs, here to face Odell Beckham and the Colts, as we come off a win to the Eagles, 28-7. The Colts are 11-6. God, I don't think we're gonna make it to the Super Bowl, dude. It's so upsetting. Baker finally having a 4,000-yard season. Passing touchdowns are down though. 5th best offense, 8th best defense. Baker, 4,000 yards, 30 TDs, 16 interceptions. Chubb, 21 TDs, almost 2,000 yards. Please give me something better than 10th. And finally, he gets top 3 for MVP. That's fair. That's fine. QBs usually win it. I will accept that. Chubb, again, awesome. Wait, who was only 4 TDs for Ezekiel Crowder? That's upsetting. Jarvis, again, so consistent. 15 TDs, almost 1,100 yards. Devontae, 1,000 yards, 4 TDs. Paying him was almost a mistake, but we did pretty fine overall throughout the rebuild. David Reed finally having a great year for someone who's in the shadow of Devontae Adams and Jarvis Landry. Only 3 touchdowns still. His career high was 4 touchdowns, but the most yards he's ever had in a season. I like him a lot, if you can't tell. JOK, 118 tackles for loss, 17 for Myles Garrett, sacks, 15 for Myles Garrett. Malik finally not having a consistent year. He was so consistent throughout this rebuild, was not good this year. Grimes always just averaged 4 yards. I'm going to have to look at the Bengals. Please don't tell me. Clowney only had 10 sacks. Okay, I'm fine with that. Still, it's a great year for him. Colts, Odell, let's see what you got, man. Let's see what you have got. Finally, established. Ooh, Deontay Harris. Oh, it looks like Michael Pittman has left. So he's finally established himself as the best receiver. Well, actually, no. Deontay Harris has 1 more reception, 1 less yard, and 3 more TDs. So Deontay Harris, Odell is just a meh player now. He's just average. He's nothing special. Hopefully we can beat the Colts here. If we beat the Colts, I'll jump into the divisional, but I never play wildcard rounds. Please. No, how are we not? Oh my, I'm the worst rebuilder ever, dude. We were so close with the Chiefs, but of course, the Chiefs win every freaking simulation. Let's see if they win it again, and not the next week, but let's see if they win it again, because they always seem to win it, and they're always just so good, even though they're not good. But yeah, this is frustrating. You're gonna tell me this kind of a team doesn't win the Super Bowl or even make it to the Super Bowl? This is so upsetting to have this kind of a rebuild. But it's honestly, look at that. The Chiefs win the Super Bowl again. Wow, what a great simulation. EA, I love how unbelievably realistic you are. God, blow smoke up somebody else's ass, EA. God, this is so frustrating. How I have one of the best teams in the NFL. Like, you're gonna tell me 2 superstar X Factor receivers, 99 overall Nick Chubb, who got 3rd place for MVP. Baker Mayfield is so freaking mediocre, but he still had a 4,000-yard season. 2 great running backs, 3 great receivers, 2 amazing receivers, and 1 meh receiver. The best offensive line I've ever seen. Austin Hooper, defensively looking into it. How is this not a Super Bowl team? John Johnson now has superstar depth. How is this not a Super Bowl team? Tell me exactly. You can't tell me because it is a Super Bowl team. Oh, well, the Browns just did a Browns thing in real life. Look, off points per game, we were in 5th, and defensive points per game, we are 15th for letting them up. This team is so good. This is so frustrating. At least Odell had a semi-successful kind of career with the Colts. was on the year, was with the Chargers for 1 year, but he wasn't that great without us. We weren't that great without him either. So anyways, guys, apart from that, I thank you guys all for watching. It's so frustrating how this team did not win the Super Bowl. This team just seems so good. It was honestly a really fun rebuild. I like what we did with the team. But anyways, guys, apart from that, I thank you guys once again all for watching. Tell me which team to rebuild next, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.